Happy Friday. We finally broke the slump with a 2-0 day. Let's talk some baseball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven, and it's Friday, baby. We made it to the end of the week, and holy cow, we had a 2-0 day. That's right. It's not really a sweep when you're 2-0, but I'm going to call it a sweep because baseball has been killing me the last couple weeks. So we will take it. King over 13 and a half outs. He got 14. That was sweaty as you can get. And then under 11 and a half in the O's Rays was the easy winner. And then Twins put a beat down on the White Sox. So we will take the 2-0 day. If you haven't checked it out yet, the NFL Week 2 Best Bets video is out now. We had a lot of fun with head-to-head bets, giving you some research help and all that. So check that out. NFL player props video and more research help with fantasy and everything else will be out Saturday morning. We're excited for that video. So let's have a winning week 2 and make it 2 weeks in a row in the NFL. In this video, guys, you know we got a big show for you today. It's Friday. I don't need to tell you that. But good hitter matchups, who's on fire, good pitcher strikeout matchups, the pitcher report, best bets, and then we are going to finish it off with the Friday freaking parlay. We are so due for a win. I keep hitting 2 out of 3 legs, and I'm sick of it. So we're going to get a winner. That's what we're going to do. We're going to ride the momentum from Thursday. Let's have a big day on Friday. Before we start in, smash that like button, guys. Let's just go crazy on the like button. Just hit it as hard as you can. Well, that doesn't really do anything, but still, hit it as hard as you can. Leave a comment below. That really helps the algorithms for our channel. It really helps us grow. With us getting all these subscribers, it's all thanks to you guys. We have guys who comment every single day, and I cannot thank you enough. So, all right, I'm ready to talk some baseball. Let's have some fun, and it starts with the good hitter matchups. All right, we got a full slate of games and 13 good hitter matchups for you. Let's go check them out. There we go, guys. Starts out with a couple Colorado Rockies players against Logan Webb, which is surprising. Charlie Blackmon, he's been around for a long time, 12 for 30. And then Castro, 4 for 11, a little smaller sample size. And then we got a few Astros players, which seems to happen a lot lately. Alex Bregman, 4 for 9 versus Greinke. Altuve, 10 for 28, not too shabby. The right side has a lot of guys with high averages, that's for sure. We got 5 for 11, 5 for 10, 4 for 11, 5-9, 5 for 8, and 5 for 8. That is not too shabby. Kind of smaller sample sizes, but still impressive. We got a few Toronto Blue Jays. Looks like we got 3 of them today: George Springer, Guerrero, and Bo Bichette. So those are the best hitter matchups for September 15th. Take a screenshot. Hopefully this helps you get some winners. Now, baby, let's go. Get those s'mores ready. It is time for Who's on Fire. All right, here we go. It is time for the hitters on fire in the last 15 days. And my co-host Ryan just pointed out to me that s'mores are not good when they're on fire. So maybe I should stop saying that. But what I meant was that you're having a campfire and you have to put the s'mores and the marshmallows over the fire. Anyways, if someone has a better introduction to this segment, I would love to hear it. But Ryan does not like it apparently. So I just want to point that out. All right, here we go. These are the hitters on fire. If they are in green, they are the leaders in that category. A minimum 33 at bats and a 340 average or higher in the last 15 days. Matt Olson is just ripping the cover off the ball right now, just hitting home run after home run as the leader in the clubhouse right now. 8 bombs in the last 15 days with 16 ribbies, but he has been outdone by Trey Turner in the RBIs with 18 in the last 15 days, and he also has 8 home runs. They are built very differently. It's just wild to me. Trey Turner with the size that he is and crushing baseballs like he is. It's just crazy. So other than that, we got some new guys, some same guys. Seiya Suzuki's been on a roll forever. Nico Horner's been a solid hitter on the top of the Cubs lineup. Luis Arias, he was chasing 400 earlier this year, but that conversation is long gone. That is for sure. And then Jordan Walker's had a really good second half of the year with the Cardinals, especially as a rookie. So that's page 1. Take a screenshot. Let's go check out page 2 now. Montero for the Rockies. Yeah, I know. Nobody really knows who he is except Rocky fans, but he is hitting 421 in the last 15 days. That is not too shabby. I think he is now the first baseman for the Rockies full time. But other than that, guys, we don't have a ton of power on this page compared to what we just saw. Noelvi Marte for the Reds, I just had to point that out because I believe he was the Mariners stud prospect that we traded to them for Luis Castillo a year ago. And then Ernie Clement, this is the second time he's made this list, hitting 382, another Cubs hitter hitting well. Wilson Contreras for the Cardinals, I believe he just hurt himself. He's kind of day-to-day, so I would keep an eye on that to make sure he is playing. The Cardinals really don't have any need to rush him back, that's for sure. And then you can see the rookie, Encarnacion Strand, I think that's how you say it, For the Reds, hitting 375 with 2 home runs in the last 15 days. So there it is. Take another screenshot. Those are the hitters on fire in the last 15 days. Now it's time to talk some arms. All right, let's talk some good pitcher strikeout matchups. I got 2 of them for you. That's right. That's all we got. So here we go. Starts out with Hunter Green, the youngster, the flamethrower, facing the Mets. Mets ninth highest K percentage versus righties in the last 30 days at 24.5%. Hunter Green, 123 Ks in 91.1 innings. The next one, Griffin Canning of the Angels, going up against the Tigers. Tigers, the second highest K percentage versus righties in the last 30 days at 27.4%. That has gone up quite a bit lately. Canning, 120 Ks in 110 innings. Last time he faced Detroit this year, he had 8 strikeouts. So that's all we got for pitcher strikeout matchups. Now it's time to move on to the pitcher report. All right, here are the first 8 matchups for September 15th. We got a few good pitchers, not a lot of great matchups. Garrett Cole takes the mound for the Yankees, obviously a stud, Cy Young candidate. 2.79 ERA, 1.03 WHIP. He's just having another solid year for his career. We talked about earlier, Hunter Green takes the mound. He has the ability to absolutely dominate a lineup. And the way that the Mets have been swinging lately, although they did just have a good game offensively, he has a chance to dominate that with a 30% K rate right there. Unfortunately, he also has a 10.8% walk rate. Giolito, on the Guardians for his 18th team this year, he's been struggling. He's just going. When you're changing teams over and over, you can't expect a guy to really dominate. And then Pablo Lopez takes the mound for the Twins. As you know, he can strike out a ton of hitters going up against Schulten, so that's a good matchup for the Twins. And then Greinke is just still chugging along. I wouldn't be shocked if we hear he retires here in a few weeks. But that's a big series there in Baltimore also. Eflin versus Flaherty. Rays got a big win yesterday. Eflin's got the advantage there, that's for sure. Flaherty now with a 5.18 expected ERA. So that's page 1. Take a screenshot. Use that hits per 9 on the right. Again, the averages are below. Let's check out page 2. Aaron Nola takes the mound against St. Louis. Thompson, that's a good matchup for Philly right there. Aaron Nola has been a little inconsistent, but still an advantage there. Other than that, there's not a ton of good matchups in general. I think the 2 best pitchers facing each other are probably on the bottom there, Bobby Miller and George Kirby, both with low ERAs, low expected ERAs, about the same K percentage. Pretty similar pitchers. The Mariners need some wins, that's for sure. We got to get some wins to get to the playoffs. But Justin Steele just keeps ho-humming along, 2.49 ERA. He is just absolutely elite this season, and we are going to talk about him a little bit later. So those are the 2 pages of the pitcher report. Take another screenshot. Go get some winners. And now it's time for the best bets. All right, game number 1 takes us out to the desert. That's right. We got the Dbacks hosting the Cubs. And before we get into this game, did you know it is illegal to dig up and move a saguaro cactus? That's right. You can face up to 25 years in jail. That's wild to me. Anyways, Cubs money line minus 126. D-backs money line plus 108. Over under of 8.5 runs. My best bet in this game, it's simple, guys. It is the Cubs money line at minus 126. Justin Steele is on the mound. What are they doing with these odds right now? If you don't know much about Justin Steele, he's an NL Cy Young candidate. I mean, he is an absolute stud. 2.49 ERA and all those good numbers you saw in the pitcher report. He just faced this D-backs team in his last start. He gave up 1 run in 7 innings. That 1 run, by the way, that he just gave up is the only earned run he's given up in the last 21 innings. This guy is a stud, and he does not give up many runs. Now, on the other side, Brandon Pfaadt. That's right. He's a rookie still, I believe. He's given up 30% or more hard contact in the last 4 games. He's starting to struggle again. He had a good little stretch there. But he just faced his Cubs team too in his last start. He gave up 4 earned runs and 7 hits in that last start. In the 2 games before that, he gave up a total of 8 earned runs in 7.2 innings, and that was to the Rockies and the Dodgers. So he's just been giving up a lot of runs. The Cubs lineup is better than the D-backs lineup, I think, right now. Although they're both somewhat even, but the starting pitcher advantage, guys, is just not even close. I mean, Justin Steele is the freaking man. He has a chance to win an NL Cy Young, even though I do have a bet on Blake Snell. So this starting pitcher mismatch, I mean, guys, say that 3 times fast, by the way. Starting pitcher mismatch. Anyways, Steele is way better, and we're getting minus 126. I just think the value is too good to pass up. I wouldn't be shocked if it's like minus 150 by the time of first pitch. So give me the Cubs money line at minus 126 as bet number 1, and let's move on to game number 2. All right, game number 2 takes us out to Miami, where it is illegal to sell oranges on the sidewalk at Miami Beach. Can't make that up, guys. Here we go. Braves money line minus 198. Marlins money line plus 164. Over under of 9 runs in this game. This bet in this game is the Braves team total over 2.5 runs in the first 5 innings. That's right. I love this bet. Honestly, I'm surprised it's not 3.5 or juiced even higher. Johnny Cueto is on the mound for the Marlins. That's right. He has given up 3+ earned runs in the first 5 innings in 5 of his last 6 starts. That's right. 5 of his last 6 starts, he's let a team go over this. 2 of those teams also were the Tigers and the Nationals. He's obviously going up the best against the best offense in the major leagues. He has given up 24 earned runs in the last 31 innings. It just has not been good for Cueto. I am just absolutely shocked that they have this line at 2.5. Honestly, at standard juice, the Braves' offense, as good as it gets, as you guys know, they could do this in 1 inning, and they've been known to be a really good first, second inning team. So I would love for them just to have 1 3-run homer. Let's cash the bet and move on. So give me the Braves team total over 2.5 in the first 5 innings. I don't mind the full game team total too if you can't get this on DraftKings. So that's bet number 2. Let's move on to game number 3. Game number 3 takes us out to St. Louis. That's right, where it is illegal to drink beer from a bucket while sitting on a curb in St. Louis. Wild stuff. Wild stuff. Anyways, Phillies money line minus 132. Cardinals money line plus 112. Over under of 8 runs. I got a player prop, baby. That's right. It's the man, Trey Turner, over 1.5 bases. He is just unbelievable right now, guys. Let's talk about him. We already know on the Who's on Fire, he is hitting 392 in the last 15 days. He has gone, this is just wild to me. He has gone over 1.5 bases in 16 of his last 20 games. That's 80%. That's right. Hash brown math. I just did it in my head. 80 freaking percent. If something is happening 16 of the last 20 times and you're getting standard minus 110 odds, I mean, you jump on it. This guy is just freaking scorching hot, flaming hot, whatever you want to call it. He is unbelievable right now. And he's going up against Zach Thompson. He's given up 9.5 hits per 9 innings. He's been a little bit better lately, but he's not a pitcher that I'm worried about stopping Trey Turner. Cardinals bullpen has not been very good this year. I love Trey Turner to go over 1.5 bases for the 17th time in the last 21 games. That is my third bet. And now it's time, baby. Let's move on to that Friday parlay. All right, we are due. I need a freaking winner on this Friday parlay. That's right. We got 3 legs. Here we go. Corey Seager over 1.5 bases, over 8.5 in the Astros and Royals, and over 6.5 in the Dodgers and Mariners. The last 2 are alternate lines. Put these 3 together, you get plus 309. Let's start out with Mr. Seager, Kyle's brother. He's been on a roll also. How about 26 total bases in the last 7 games? 2+ bases in 5 of his last 7, and he's 12 for his last 30. I mean, he's just unbelievable, guys. He's facing Lucas Giolito, who gives up about 8.5 hits per 9 innings. He's nothing special. We know he gives up a lot of hits. There's a reason he's on his 85th team this year. Nothing special there. So I expect Seager to go over 1.5 bases yet again. We're riding the hot hand. Next one. Over 8.5 Astros Royals. Last I saw it was at 10, so I took it down to 8.5. It's Christian Javier versus Zach Greinke. We've talked about Javier before. He was supposed to be a stud this year, and he just has not been good at all. And lately, he's given up 3+ earned runs in 7 of his last 8 starts. He is literally incapable of getting ground balls. A little dramatic there, but we're talking a 25.9% ground ball rate. A quarter of the hits are ground balls. That's it. The other ones, you know what that means? They're in the air. That's right. How about being in the 0 percentile of starting pitchers? He is as bad as it gets at creating ground balls. And he goes up against Zach Greinke, 5.47 ERA. He's terrible. We know he's ready to retire. 14 earned runs given up in the last 20 innings. And his K rate, 15%. He doesn't miss many bats. I expect the Astros to score a ton of runs here. We could get this multiple ways. Javier, like I said, he's been giving up 3 runs almost every start or more. And so I think the Astros can get to him for 3, and I think the Astros, I think the Royals can get to him for 3, and I think the Astros can score 6 runs here. And then we're not even talking about the Royals bullpen, which is terrible too. So, anyways, give me the over 8.5. The third and final bet is the over 6.5 in the Dodgers and Mariners. This line is at 7.5, maybe 8 now. But I took it down to 6.5. I like the over on the original line, but I'm going to play it safe. We got Bobby Miller versus George Kirby. 2 decent pitchers, but 2 decent pitchers that are not in great form right now. Bobby Miller, 14 earned runs given up in the last 26.1 innings. He is going to be a good pitcher, but right now he's just not at his best form. George Kirby, 3+ earned runs in 4 straight games, and 3 of those games were against the Mets, Royals, and White Sox. Yes, he is better at home, but I still think against this Dodgers offense, guys, we're talking the Dodgers and Mariners right now in the last 30 days, 2 top 5 offenses. You're going to give me a total, well, it was 7.5. I'm going to get 6.5. I only need 7 runs from 2 of the best offenses in the major leagues right now against pitchers who are pretty good, but nothing elite right now. So George Kirby was elite earlier in the year, but right now he's not pitching at that elite. So I love it. So give me those 3. Seager over 1.5 bases, over 8.5 in the Astros and Royals, and the over 6.5 Dodgers Mariners. Use some of them, use one of them, fade all of it, whatever you want to do. I hope we can get a winner though. Let's get a 4-0 sweep to end the week. Man, that would be nice. Plus 309 for that Friday parlay. So, all right, let's check out that bets recap. There it is. Cubs money line minus 126, riding the hot arm of Justin Steele. Braves team total over 2.5 in the first 5 innings at minus 115. And then we are riding Trey Turner, one of the hottest hitters on planet Earth, over 1.5 bases at minus 110. That's on FanDuel. And then the Friday parlay, Seager over 8.5 and the over 6.5. Ooh, baby, we did it. Let's get some winners. It's been a rough 2 weeks. I'm hoping that 2-0 day yesterday continues on into Friday. We finished the week strong. The next video you'll see with us is tomorrow, the next day, Monday or Saturday morning. Losing my days. That's when the NFL player props video comes out. So be sure to stay tuned for that. And then we'll have that Sunday night recap after NFL. So we got a lot going on. Thank you guys for the support. Keep hitting that like button. Keep commenting. We really appreciate it. We'll talk to you later.